Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya,
Namah Shivaya,
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya,
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya,
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya,
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya,
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya,
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya,
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om 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 Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya.
सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। अम्बा परमेश्वरी अखिलांडेश्वरी आदिपराशक्ति पालय माम्। 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 श्री भुवनेश्वरी राजराजेश्वरी, श्री भुवनेश्वरी राजराजेश्वरी आनंद रूपिणी पालय माम्। आनंद रूपिणी पालय माम्। अम्बा परमेश्वरी अखिलांडेश्वरी आदिपराशक्ति पालय माम्। अम्बा परमेश्वरी अखिलांडेश्वरी आदिपराशक्ति पालय माम्। वीणा पाणी विमल स्वरूपिणी, वीणा पाणी विमल स्वरूपिणी वेदांध रूपिणी पालय माम्। वेदांध रूपिणी पालय माम्। अम्बा परमेश्वरी अखिलांडेश्वरी आदिपराशक्ति पालय माम्। आदिपराशक्ति पालय माम्। भीमिकदायिनी करुणस्वरूपिणी, भीमिकदायिनी करुणस्वरूपिणी कन्याकुमारिणी पालय माम्। कन्याकुमारिणी 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 पालय माम्। अम्बा परमेश्वरी अखिलांडेश्वरी आदिपराशक्ति पालय माम्। मंजुलभाषिनी मंगलदायिनी मंजुलभाषिनी मंगलदायिनी मधुर मीनाक्षी की पालय मां मधुर मीनाक्षी की पालय मां अम्बा परमेश्वरी अखिलांडेश्वरी आदि पराशक्ति पालय मां अम्बा परमेश्वरी अखिलांडेश्वरी आदि पराशक्ति पालय मां अम्बा परमेश्वरी अखिलांडेश्वरी आदि पराशक्ति आदि पराशक्ति आदि पराशक्ति पालय मां अम्बा परमेश्वरी अखिलांडेश्वरी आदि पराशक्ति पालय मां आदि पराशक्ति पालय मां आदि पराशक्ति पालय मां जय जय 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 मां अम्बा परमेश्वरी अखिलांडेश्वरी आदि पराशक्ति पालय मां अम्बा परमेश्वरी अखिलांडेश्वरी आदि पराशक्ति आदि पराशक्ति आदि पराशक्ति पालय मां अम्बा परमेश्वरी अखिलांडेश्वरी आदि पराशक्ति पालय मां आदि पराशक्ति पालय मां आदि पराशक्ति पालय मां
Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Keshava Hari Govinda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Keshava Hari Govinda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Banmali Murli Dhari Govinda Gir Gir Dhari Banmali Murli Dhari Govinda Gir Dhari Nit Nit Makan Chori Gopinathan Hari Nit Nit Makan Chori Gopinathan Hari Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Keshava Hari Govinda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Keshava Hari Govinda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Gaavo re Gokul diyan pyari Aavo re Gokul diyan pyari Gaavo re nacho re racho re ghar de pyari Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Keshava Hari Govinda Hari Narayana Hari Om हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। ग्वाल पाल संग में लिए ब्रज में ढूंढ मचाए दूध देहन खातो है सुनो घर में आई ओ ये ग्वालिन ओ ये ग्वालिन से कृष्ण जी कहे मधुर बोली में ये काहे चुराए जाती हो तुम चोली में ये काहे चुराए जाती हो तुम चोली में ये ग्वालिन से कृष्ण जी कहे मधुर बोली में ये काहे चुराए जाती हो तुम चोली में ये काहे चुराए जाती हो तुम चोली में। गए दाढ़ी बचन को काला से गठरी पाई गए दाढ़ी बचन को काला से गठरी पाई इसने मोटी मन कहा जेठ देखाई इसने मोटी मन कहा जेठ देखाई ये ग्वालिन से कृष्ण जी काहे मधुर बोली में ये काहे चुराए जाती हो तुम चोरी में ये काहे चुराए जाती हो तुम चोरी में। ये सुनते बयन सब तो ग्वालिनी मुस्काई ये सुनते बयन सब तो ग्वालिनी मुस्काई और लगी गलियां देख बहुत रिसाई और लगी गलियां देख बहुत रिसाई ये ग्वालिन से कृष्ण जी कहे मधुर बोली में ये काहे चुराए जाती हो तुम चोली में ये काहे चुराए जाती हो तुम चोली में ये ग्वालिन से कृष्ण जी कहे मधुर बोली में ये काहे चुराए जाती हो तुम चोली में ये काहे चुराए जाती हो तुम चोली में।
नाम के महिमा जानिए साधे जो गय घोर नाम के महिमा जानिए साधे जो गय घोर काया छठ पावहे सच वचन सुनम रे काया छठ पावहे
दया घोर गगन धुनि गरजे सब दया घोर गगन धुनि गरजे सब दया घोर गगन धुनि गरजे सब दया घोर भय अंधियार डगर नहीं सूझे हो भय अंधियार डगर नहीं सूझे जियारा बिछुरया मोर सब दया घोर गगन धुनि गरजे सब दया घोर गगन धुनि गरजे सब दया घोर गगन धुनि गरजे सब दया घोर भय उजियार भरम सब बारल भय उजियार भरम सब भारल सतगुरु कर अंजूर सब दया घोर गगन धुनि गरजे सब दया घोर गगन धुनि गरजे सब दया घोर गगन गरजे सब दया घोर मोती दास दया सतगुरु के हो मोती दास दया सतगुरु के सुषम निसाच गगन भय सोर सब दया घोर गगन धुनि गरजे सब दया घोर गगन धुनि गरजे सब दया घोर गगन धुनि गरजे सब दया घोर
सोवत रहलो नींद भरी हो गुरु दिहले जगाय सोवत रहलो नींद भरी गुरु दिहले जगाय सोवत रहलो नींद भरी गुरु दिहले जगाय सोवत रहलो गुरु के चरण राजा आंचल हो लेवो नयन लगाए गुरु के चरण राजा आंचल हो लेवो नयन लगाए साथ नींद आवे न हो रमा साथ नींद आवे न हो ताके मन यलसाए सोवत रहलो नींद भरी गुरु दिहले जगाए सोवत रहलो नींद भरी हो गुरु दिहले जगाए सोवत रहलो नींद भरी हे गुरु दिहले जगाए सोवत रहलो पियालू में प्रेम के पियाला हो मन मुल गए बहुराए पियालू में प्रेम के पियाला हो मन मुल गए बहुराए बिरह बिमल तन व्याकुल हो रामा बिरह बिमल तन व्याकुल हो ताके कछु न सुहाय सोवत रहलो नींद भरी गुरु दिहले जगाए सोवत रहलो नींद भरी गुरु दिहले जगाए सोवत रहलो नींद भरी हे गुरु दिहले जगाए सोवत रहलो सुमति के पहिरो गहनवा हो तुम दर बहुतार सुमति के पहिरो गहनवा हो तुम दर बहुतार सतकर मनिया सवारा हो रमा सतकर मनिया सवारा हो दुख पर भोगुहार सोवत रहलो गुरु दिहले जगाए सोवत रहलो नींद भरी गुरु दिहले जगाए सोवत रहलो नींद भरी हे गुरु दिहले जगाए सोवत रहलो जैसे ऊँची अठरिया हो जहाँ सुर हो न जाए जैसे ऊँची अठरिया हो जहाँ सुर हो न जाए मोतीदास गुरु चरण न हो ओरा मोतीदास गुरु चरण न हो ताके काल धरा सोवत रहलो नींद भरी गुरु दिहले जगाए सोवत रहलो नींद भरी गुरु दिहले जगाए सोवत रहलो नींद भरी हे गुरु दिहले जगाए सोवत रहलो
राम नाम जपते रहो साधु जब लग घट में प्राण राम नाम जपते रहो साधु जब लग घट में प्राण कबहु के दीन दयाल के साधु भरक पड़ेगे काम कबहु के दीन दयाल के साधु भरक पड़ेगे काम ना हम लागे कांटा पीतर ना हम लवंग सुपारी ना हम लागे कांटा पीतर ना हम लौंग सुपारी साधु ना हम लौंग सुपारी हम तो लागी राम धनी के पूरा है के पहामारी मैं तो लागू नाम के व्यापारी मैं तो लागू नाम के व्यापारी मैं तो लागू नाम के व्यापारी मैं तो लागू नाम नासिर जटा न काने कुंडल गले में कंटा भारी नासिर जटा न काने कुंडल गले में कंठा भारी साधु गले में कंठा भारी दहने हाथ का मंडल ले ले है कोई जोगी आया नारी मैं तो लागू नाम के व्यापारी मैं तो लागू नाम के व्यापारी मैं तो लागू नाम के व्यापारी मैं तो लागू नाम ना हम मांगी ना हम जाची दाया चाहिए तुम्हारी ना हम मांगे ना हम जाची दाया चाहिए तुम्हारी साधु दाया चाहिए तुम्हारी तुम तो हो तीन लोक के ठाकुर हमारे है भक्त प्यारी मैं तो लागू नाम के व्यापारी मैं तो लागू नाम के व्यापारी
तो लागू नाम के व्यापारी, मैं तो लागू नाम।
मोतिया दास दया सतगुरु के हो, मोतिया दास दया सतगुरु के, राम भरोसा है भारी,
मैं तो लागू नाम के व्यापारी, मैं तो लागू नाम के व्यापारी, मैं तो लागू नाम के व्यापारी, मैं तो लागू नाम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम। हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
अयोध्यावासी श्री रामचंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय माँ।
अयोध्यावासी श्री रामचंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
गोकुल बाला नंदर की लाला गिरधर गोपाला जय जय श्याम।
गोकुल बाला नंद की लाला गिरधर गोपाला जय जय राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
माता यशोदा श्री कृष्ण चंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय श्याम।
माता यशोदा श्री कृष्ण चंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
कृष्ण मुरारी कुंजर बिहारी भवदुःखहारी जय जय श्याम।
कृष्ण मुरारी कुंज बिहारी भवदुःखहारी जय जय राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
जय शारदा माता जय शारदा माता जय शारदा माता जय जय माँ।
जय शारदा माता जय शारदा माता जय शारदा माता जय जय माँ।
जय लक्ष्मी माता जय लक्ष्मी माता जय लक्ष्मी माता जय जय माँ।
जय लक्ष्मी माता जय लक्ष्मी माता जय लक्ष्मी माता जय जय माँ।
जय दुर्गा माता जय दुर्गा माता जय दुर्गा माता जय जय माँ।
जय दुर्गा माता जय दुर्गा माता जय दुर्गा माता जय जय माँ।
जय काली माता जय काली माता जय काली माता जय जय माँ।
जय काली माता जय काली माता जय काली माता जय जय माँ।
जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर बम बोला।
जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर बम भोला।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम। हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम। हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम Ram Ram, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Principal of Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Everybody, let's give our group a round of applause. Thank you. Everybody, as we get set now, let's all stand and begin this session, our 18th session. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. This 18th session we begin now on this Ekadasi day. I invite you to put your hands together, close your eyes. And as we were doing in our last session, we spoke about how to milk, my word, to use this day that comes one day for the year. But it has a lot of opportunity, there's a lot of potential to get blessing. Part of which you sing, you have to sing. It's like Shivratri. You have to sing and you spend the time from daylight going into the night celebrating God. For that reason, tonight we have Mahant and Mahanji and his family, all other singers from far and wide, more to come, Miss Leela, and everybody that by the grace of God, for some people, I didn't know you were coming tonight, but by the grace of God, you're here with me, together with all God's children. And as we sing and we celebrate, as you'll hear the protocol, we have to make time to do everything in order for the people that are doing worship, for people that are here, people that are home and watching. People, imagine there's a group in St. Martin, there's a group in Fiji who are doing this Ekadasi properly, whilst I was upstairs. And one of the cables in the camera was not working, so they were hearing the voice of Mahant singing. But they want to see, because it adds to their prayer tonight, on this Ekadasi night. And they called just to say, we want to hear the voice, the divine voice that is chanting this country type of singing. We haven't heard it in some time. By the grace of God, we have this support, and I cannot start without saying thank you very much, Mahanji and family. There are more singers and we'll get to them soon, but we now enter into our Bhagwat. Everybody say a prayer, dear Lord. Please accept my prayer tonight, accept the invitation that we are about to do. Bless us, dear Prabhu, to listen to this latter part of Skanda 8. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam Deepam grihana devesham Trailokya timidapaham. Jai Jai Bhagavata. Everybody. Jai Jai Bhagavata Bhagavan ki hai aarti. ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला. Everybody. अमर ग्रंथ मुक्ति पंथ पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला. हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही. हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही. जग की मंगल के आरती. पापियों को पाप से है तारती. जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती. पापियों
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत श्रापों को मिटाने वाला, हृदय दिखाने वाला।
है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी। एवरीबॉडी।
सुख करनी है दुख हरनी,
ये मधुसूदन की आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये मधुर बोल जग पंड खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। ये मधुर बोल जग पंड खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही। प्रभु की महिमा के आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो,
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो,
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
गोविंद बोलो
Everybody.
हरि गोपाल बोलो,
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो,
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो,
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो,
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो,
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो,
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो।
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो,
राधा रमन हरि
गोविंद बोलो,
श्री रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो,
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो,
राधा रमन हरि बोलो,
राधा रमन हरि
गोविंद बोलो, गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो। Everybody, गोविंद
बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो।
Prabhu, tonight, on this Ekadasi night, I took the strength you give me in this vocal cord and I sang with love for you. Please hear from the heart of this devotee, this flawed person, the offering that I make. I don't have much, but I am very happy with the gifts, dear Lord, the sight, the hearing, the voice that you gave me. Tonight in my prayer, I offer it back to you with sincerity and devotion. Dear Lord, please hear my prayer tonight. Together, everybody. Om Gajananam Kapet Jambo Umasutam Sho Namami Viganeshwara. Mother, tonight we are going to learn a lesson. Dear Mother, please bless your children, that whatever seems impossible in our life, help us to see the road, to find a way to make it possible. With your presence, anything could change, anything could solve, but you have to support us. Please accept we pray, Ma, and help we to be better. Sarva Mangala Mangali Shive Sarvata Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayani Namostute. Remember your parents, remember the teacher, the Guru, Diksha Guru, Vidya Guru, Doctor Guru, everybody who comes, as we've been saying, the people who come in your life, God send them to help you be safer, better, improve, cleaner. In whichever way, dear Lord, thank you for these people that look out for me. In my life, there are many doctors that guide me, but there's one who says, Sitaram Pandit, you're doing stupidness. Dr. Rennie Ramnaris, Lord, wherever that man is, bless him. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Everybody please have your seat. Make yourself comfortable. If anyone comes in after Nandi, only please, it won't disrupt us, but please make sure everybody gets a seat. Tonight, let me welcome everybody here in the Mandir, those of you online. Earlier today, we did discuss at length the value of this Ekadasi. Today is one of the Ekadasi, but this day comes one day for the year. And if I had to be honest with you, besides the Agni Vyas, which we spoke about, this day is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this Yagna this year at this time. When people have a need, when there's trouble with children, when children are dying sickly, when children are complex, when the situation, in the example of earlier in the week we were talking about thalassemia and blood disorders, genetic disorders. But if we go in the language of autism and ADHD, in this age of Kali Yuga, these types of disorders are coming more and more regular based on what is prefaced in our books. If we listen to Bhavishya Puran, and he talks about, in all our texts, for example, if you listen to Bhagwat, Shiv Puran, etc., it talks about what was. When Ram came, when Krishna comes, when Narsingh comes, what happened historically. But in Bhavishya Puran, it starts to talk about forward. That is the next avatar of Lord Vishnu, Kalki. From Bhavishya Puran, we get Kalki Puran, a text that has been written and put with Chepa, Katha, and all type of thing, so people do not depend on it too much, but it is there. In that text, in-depth discussion about what the environment will be like, what lifespan and lifestyles will be like. Some of it we're seeing in the form of disease, in the form of confusion, conflict, etc. And whilst it is written that bad things are happening, the Hindu has to be the hopeful. The Hindu has no choice but to go to God and pray. Otherwise, you become part of the problem by being complacent. You're accepting what is happening. You are saying that the forces of unrighteousness are more powerful than the prayer I believe in. So the person grows in their dharma, they grow in their bhakti by growing in knowledge. Knowledge is the only thing that could remove the ignorance. I have a problem, for example, for the children. I have a problem and I have to find the right tablet. What we do as a Hindu group, we take Kafanol for arthritis. We take Kafanol for blood pressure. I know Om Namah Shivaya, and that will solve all my problems. That will take away all my issues. And when the tablet don't work, I am not the problem. I'm not following the thing wrong. I'm doing it wrong. No, the tablet becomes the issue. In the same way, people abuse religion. They bend the rules to suit them. In this age of Kali Yuga, instead of we do it the correct way, we do it our way. According to Bhagavad Gita, when we do that, that becomes tamasic prayer. In our effort to counteract that, people sit to listen to Bhagavad. This is the purpose of the Bhagavad. To give a person, maybe in a story type background, the knowledge, the rationale, the reasoning behind the things we do. So the person could very easily put it into practice to bring about change. To make it easy, instead of you sit down and you have to do the whole amount of job, sit down in the mountain, do this, that, and the other. In the case of Bhagavad, all the person has to do is listen. By absorbing, by practicing smaranam, shravanam, listening to the prayer, and telling maybe somebody in the morning, you know, the Pandit talk about this, the Pandit said that, which we all grew up with. Doing that alone gives the person the reward as if they had done all the ritual, all the prayer. So even the person at home tonight who is viewing, people who have issues, people in the hospice, their hands can't work, and I cannot offer a dar by that lingam, there's still hope for me, Baba. That's what you're saying. I could still pray. And Hinduism does encourage manas prayer in other ways. How a person, regardless of the scenario, if I'm in the train, if I'm in the plane, I could still pray God. Tonight, let's enter into the latter part of this discourse where we have to hear some things that will benefit everybody. Let's put our hands together as we do the Sumiran. I've been saying it, that the Sumiran is where you admit we are being truthful. Dear Lord, I don't know all these prayers these pundits are using. I'm learning the rationale behind the things I'm doing. And I don't want to be a spiritual hypocrite. I want to do the thing because I believe in it and I know about it. I'm in the right place. I've come for information. But this sinner has a little problem remembering. I have a problem understanding. If you assist me, if you permit me the energy, the focus, the attention span, I might be able to benefit from what is about to be given. Please bless me to be able to do it. Redhi Sedhi Data Sedhi Sadana Vadana Vadana Sumiro Badamban Madana Kadana Kelalako Ganapati Kripa Nidhan Jnana Kani Ananda Bhavana Dehu Mohi Varadan Varano Bhasha Bhagavata Jai Shiva Ananda Kanda Bhutanata Bhaubhaya Harana Bhakti Vishaya Nidhavan Gaurabhadana Mangala Karana He Braja Chandra Mukunda Braja Bhushana Dushana Harana Katahu Bhava Bhaya Panda Sharana Sharana Le Anakara Jai 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 Jagadisha सेवत शेष महेश महिमा अमित अभेवा वेद वेद जानत रहे रिद्धि सिद्धि दाता सिद्धि शरण वारण वदना सुमिरो बारंबार सुमिरो बारंबार मदन कदन के लाल को Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. In our discourse this morning, when I touched on Padma Puran says that in this Devshani, Harishani, Adi, before I continue, you and company, all come up by me up here. Give those ladies a chance to sit. Please, children, forgive me. If the person is doing this Ekadasi Brat, you do your puja, but you have to hear the Vamana discourse, that form of Lord Vishnu, where he comes in this dwarf form. The problem at the very onset of our knowledge, there will be fear. If I ask you anything about that form, you know what you would tell me? Baba dies, the guy who, a little fella, he come and he take 3 footsteps. Remember that. That is what you know. And there's so much more in this topic. We heard in our last session where Mother Aditi, just to remind you, Aditi is the mother of all the devatas. She sees how the grandson of Prahalad displeased Indra and all the devatas, but he did it very smart. He does not attack with brute force. What he did was, whilst Indra was frolicking, whilst he was playing, whilst he was enjoying peace, come and sit down here by me. Come. Whilst he was enjoying peace, the king, the opposite side, the enemy, went to pray. And he does something called Vishwajit Yagna. Difficult to achieve. So difficult, Baba, I never hear about that yagna. It is too difficult. Meaning, in our time, Ramayana used to be, according to Ram Charitramanas, 9 nights. Baba, who's going to do 9 nights now? Nowhere in Ramayana it has 3 nights yagna. That is a man-made rule for convenience. When we are doing, for example, Bhagwat, you know how many people ask prayer, are you mad? All this work, all this cooking, all this you're doing in this day and age? Remember, in Skanda Puran it says, that is where the Gaukaran Katha, the Mahatyam of this book and this type of yag is given. It says as man's lifespan is getting short, as the hands stop working, the nerves stop working, everything is shutting down, but the jiv is still within the body. The person will not be able to lift their hand, they will not be able to afford rice. How will they do 10,000 years in cold places when the body cannot handle the rigor for little things? Then allow the person to listen to the katha that is contained in the Bhagwat. But Baba, I don't even know what Bhagwat mean. Bhagwat is a text that holds Bhagwan. If Bhagwat is one shell, one form of it, I understand now that is why people is bow by it. They distort it on their head because it is equivalent to Bhagwan. Bhagwan takes many forms. He takes this, he takes the book, he takes the shaligram, and whichever one I touch, I am getting electrical energy that is pervading, that is running. What it is running? Liquid. Bhagwan means the shell that is holding Bhaga, or a geisha's form for children, geisha's form of Lakshmi. When I'm offering milk, oh Hindu, why are you offering milk? Milk is defined as liquid Lakshmi. Milk flowing from the cow is the preferred type of milk. We don't use goat milk, sheep milk, etc. Mother's milk, human milk. Baba, milk is milk. How come we don't use the different kind of milk? When you can't get this one, I'll use that one. Mother's milk, from the discourse when Mother first took the cow form to interact with Lord Vishnu, where she gets the name Prithvi, that auspicious type of milk is uplifted to the house of Lakshmi in her bosom. That milk has value. The gobar in that form. One day I went to do prayers and the child said, well, we don't have cow where we live. We live in a concrete jungle. We have a little puppy. Could we use puppy gobar? We live in an age where people cannot find cow too. How we going to get gobar? Then the Hindu, for you, just reminding you what we're talking about whole week, this jug finished so fast. If somebody asks you, where does be lighting incense for? Remember, that is the gobar that come from the cow, mixed together with flower petals and oil, and somebody take their hand and rub it on bamboo. And because you're burning it, you are burning Lakshmi in that form. The rule says when you are having an altar, a bedi, it must be smeared with the gobar. So you see people enter when prayers and see they put it inside your hawan kun. Forget the mud bedi. Wherever prayer, wherever a devta has to sit, if that gobar is not there, that place is incomplete. Especially if you buy a house. Remember, buy a house, be honest. You're eating things, you're drinking things, children making. I want to transform this place into a place fitting to bring Bhagwan. In his true form, I want you to sit down in my house. Don't give me a halfway blessing. Give me a whole, complete blessing. When you descend in my house, I want to feel the difference. Therefore, you prepare properly. And this little step of gobar is something that people, well, we are going for that. But when you do that, you're cheating yourself, nobody else. You rob yourself of the opportunity to have the protection, the blessing that you self praying for. Tonight we continue after listening to the prayer now of that mother. She does something called Payovrat. And after we did the entire passage of Aditi and all the details of the prayer, the listening public was able to hear the passage where she reads out to Lord Vishnu that I have children, these children are under the attack of enemies and you have to come. I don't know how you're going to come. Night before we hear he come as half lion and he busts up everybody. Everybody know that story with nursing. Please, you in charge. I hear the night before you come as a fish with a horn on your head and you save the people. I cannot tell you how to look. I cannot tell you the prescription that will solve my ailment. But I put my trust in you that you would take a capable form to solve my problem. My children cannot be homeless and be under attack. Every time they turn, these children, Indra, Varun, all others, seem to be so lucky that people just hate them. And these foolish children of mine always putting themselves in trouble because they take holidays from their prayer. As things go good, these alleged devtas that are supposed to represent Sattvic Bhakti, they fall back. They get very complacent. So in that complacency now, that is where somebody comes for them. But if they kept up their guard, as she says in the prayer, dear God, I make them and I know they're wrong. I know they procrastinate. The problem with procrastination for all the children here, for parents here, if God is time and God gives you limited time, the biggest sin that we are told in Bhagavad is the person who is wasting time. I use the example of my beard and I'm saying it again for the children who hear. I will tell you, this is my face, Pandadev. I'm in charge. I'll shave it and I'll shape the goatee as I wish. But you know what the truth he says in our text? I am playing with my children and you have no control over the growth, the rate of growth, the color, if it's gray, if it's black. But the foolish child says, it's my face. I'm in charge. I'll put cream, I'll put every cosmetic you could imagine. But I still can't stop the wrinkle from coming. Apply that to your ears, your eyes, your throat, your walking, your hip, your knee. What do you really own? But the child thinks the body is mine. Everything is mine. When the money in the bank, the land under your foot, will soon be your son-in-law one. It's just you accept it yet. Somebody else, you just... Jaya Bole Baba. Everybody help me sing. Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Shamadhya Datu Ishwar Raja Kundali Twijya Pravakshami Sachidananda Ye Brijayatam Padiyamuna Shri Vatsalatam Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Taba Sharanam. Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai. O Raja Parikshit, the moment for Aditi to get her blessing had come. And from the body of Aditi comes Mahavishnu. He first appears to her, just as we hear in Krishna Leela, and she's able to watch all the beautiful signs, the things we hear about. His eyes are like lotus, his navel is like a lotus pod, the middle part, very shallow, very, just like how the pod sits in the middle of the flower. So they call him Padmanabhya. She watched and she saw the gem on his chest, the footprint of Brigu, different things that make him who he is. This mother, she's engrossed now in his form. She says, Prabhu, please accept my adoration. In whichever form you take, I will accept you. But please grant my desire, protect my children. That time, it's good for certain things. But when people have problems in their patra, please remember what I am saying. If the Pandit, if your Guru tell you, you have Mangal Dosh or Mangalik, you will have trouble. It will cause your father's life to be shortened. You will have trouble in relationship. You're married, divorced, married to become a widower, etc. Your wedding is something that has to be done early in the morning. For some people, it sounds strange. Baba, everybody got to come and drink for 1 o'clock. Oh. It have a time for everything, Lord Vishnu says. Abhijit Mahurat is something good for certain prayers, bad for certain prayers. He says, I am about to enter into this creation again, but this time I come without a weapon in my hand. That man, Bali, is a very ardent devotee. He is, fix this for me. He is very, very smart because of the quality of his prayer. Without praying with some secondary motive, the way his great-grandfather Hiranyakashipu prayed, he is different. If I were to come in a fighting form, if I were to come as a Kshatriya or a warrior, his prayers would definitely protect him. In this way, I am coming in a prayerful form. Mother, please accept me. He transforms, and from her body, it is as if light was coming from her stomach. In this case, he does come through the garba or the womb of Aditi. And when that moment comes, where does all this singing, this focus on singing, it was supposed to have dancing today, different things. When Lord Vishnu comes into the earth in this avatar, all the Vidharas, Siddhya, all the yaks, even Rakshas forms were dancing, singing to celebrate this. This was the form that causes Sheshnag to move his head, which by itself caused a lot of friction. Let me say in we language, earthquake. People sang. It was as if, it says, the cardinal points, north, south, etc., the devatas, lokpals sitting in them, they released their energy, so much so that drove the North Star, his influence on movement, water, the strength of the currents in the ocean fell back. Truthfully, the currents slowed down because of this lack of this lack of encouragement to flow, to move, to rise up, when we've been talking about the moon, the full moon, etc. Now it was as if the earth is allowed to exhale, in a sense, making it very calm and tranquil. This form represents peacefulness, calmness, not the Ram and the Christian fighting on the battlefield type of movement. This person comes as a dwarf. Let's hear what happens in this sloka. Shiva Om Hari Om Shakti Om Narayanaya Krishnaya Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah Yat Dvijaye Bharati Vishnu Vrishyaye Bhaktavyattatam Dvijarupam Dharani Rupa Ye Bhavate Vilasa Chittam Narayanaya Krishnaya Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah Paramatmaya Namo Namah Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. O Parikshit, in that moment, Mahavishnu came like an actor. Verse 12. He says, this person has adopted a form, a figure that is not reflecting the veracity or the ferocity of the person contained in this little form. He's a dwarf, his fingers are short and very fat. The mother, just as how we were talking about the signs on the body, to remind the children, mommy them will watch your foot. And if the second toe is longer than the first toe, they'll say, uh-oh. The wife will rule him. Imagine how your mother just watched to see the scalp, to see if you had the watermark here. You see you will stay ankle deep in that beach. You are going further than that. There are different things, as we were talking about when Shivanand Maharaj was here, when they have that extra finger, extra appendage, whether on this side or this side. Why God give me an extra baby finger? It indicates this person is gifted. And if the mother pushes this child into the art of music, into the art of that type of beauty, dance, etc., they will excel. Do not put them in the realm of maths, science, etc. They will suffer. It is not a strength. Upon this body, in this case, they saw a double-jointed knee and hip. He had different marks that was never seen in what we call an avatar or an incarnation of Mahavishnu. Certain marks indicated his level of peacefulness, calmness. For example, the section that describes what I'm referring to says, if the person, if you pull back on the, although the child is hairless, truthful, if you look very carefully, there's fine hair on their body for temperature control. If you pull back the few strands of hair on the hand or the leg, you will notice most of the time there's 2 strands or 3 strands of hair in one paw, in one spot. So just like how people used to check to make a decision, they used to use rice long time. I want to know if this piece of land is something I want to buy. People like a tutka would take handfuls of rice and they will separate, calling on Lakshmi to guide my hand. I want separated. Buy 16 Upper High Street, San Fernando. The question is yes or no. And just as they would depend on the divine message of Lakshmi being in the rice, If it's an odd number, if it finished with an extra grain, don't buy. If it's equal, buy. An aid to help the person. That was part of our dharma, and people would practice it quite regular. They used to use it just as what Vastu Sastra or Pandits use till today. Depending on the shape of the land, if there is water crossing the land, buy or don't buy. Aiding the decision making that the person has to make a step. But I don't know, I don't want to make the step without some divine guidance. In this case, I have a child. Until today, people come and says, Pandit, what is the Rasi name? What is the Ish Devta? And what field is this person going to strive? Oh, this will make a good teacher, for example. In the same way, when you look at the marks on the body, depending on the patience, depending on the person's ability to endure in the hot sun, whether to be a cricketer or not, the marks on the body reflect this. Some of it we know, some of it we're learning. Such as you could imagine somebody look at the lines in your hand or the lines on your forehead. This Aditi is very knowledgeable. Her husband is Kashyap Muni. Kashyap will come back when, in our last night, tomorrow night, when Raja Parikshit is about to get sting. Kashyap is he's going to get bite by the snake. Kashyap is on his way to come to Raja Parikshit. And the snake that will bite him begs Kashyap, you go back, leave him, I have to do my job. You are so knowledgeable. If you go there, you will know the prayer to Shanti Kare, that poison, that venom, which we did talk about in a previous night's discourse. This same Kashyap now is over this child that has divine birth and divine signs, and the mother and father turning the body and they're watching the back, the butt, the different places, the crevice, the under the foot, etc., looking between the toe to see if it have any mole or mark, birthmark, etc. Truthfully, the mother and father, as you've heard in Ram Katha, Krishna Katha, saw positive marks. But the main difference is that he represented a certain amount of gentleness, patience, love. In short time, it is time to put on his janeu. And when that sanskar is going to be had, because very young he puts on the janeu. Brihaspati, the planet Jupiter, comes himself to help hold the string as it's going on his body. The earth, Prithvi, knowing that he came to help, gives him the deer skin that they sit on when they're doing jap. Chandrama gives him different type of wood to do for Havan, the ladle, not the brass spoon that we use, it's a wooden spoon. Mother gives him a piece of cloth that would wrap around his private area. And sometimes in the pit here, you see him holding an umbrella that was given by Indra. Vishnu, in a different form, gives him the kamandal. And one of the rishis gave him kush grass, so that wherever, this is one topic somebody asked me about. When I have puja baba, I have learned, I was talking about the kush grass ring. I have learned that when I have prayers, my toes, I'm not sure why it happens, but my toes are placed on a mango leaf. Why do we do that? The answer is asan suddhi or shuddhi. You're blessing the seat where you are going to sit by placing this religious, in this case, leaf, where you have to put your frame or your body on top of, not only your foot. Guiding and guarding the person from the cramp, the distraction, pain, attack from envy, jealousy, bad eye, simple language. But the mantra for the blessing of the seat, similar to when you go wedding. You know, there's a point where the dolaha is coming in, and the girl's father and the dolaha, in West Indian tradition, we swing the bench to the bedi, blessing the seat where they're going to sit, hold them up, don't let it fall, don't let nobody get sick, etc. But the mantra does not say am. Am is mango. It calls for kush, because of the representation of Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu. The person, if you go there now, you will see kush grass on the ground. If you examine the cushion I am sitting on, long ago people used to make cushion, but they would pack on top the sponge, or if no sponge, in the pile, they would put the kush grass leaves. So wherever you are sitting, the ground is now considered holy. When you consider people go by beach, river, and there are bones, there are different things in the environment, how can I protect me spiritually whilst I'm doing my worship? This is how. You bless the spot by the thing you are sitting on. We make a big fuss about sitting in the same spot religiously when you are going to do your job or your nitya karma, your havan, like how you sit in front, this location where you sit to do your job. It should be the same place. We don't fuss too much if you're high because of health and hip and other things. Even if you're elevated, that's not the problem. You still just make the contact with your bare feet. So the negative energy goes to the earth. Positive energy, like when we bow to the dialite, comes on the head and refills the lota, but the negative energy have to go somewhere. Let Mother Earth take it. That is why you're barefoot whenever you go to do worship, etc. That's the logic behind it. In this case now, the Devata said, the Rishi says, as a young Pandit, you will have to go on Tirat, you will have to go and do different yatra or visiting prayerful place to go from place to place to place. When you are going, walk with your kush grass. If in my life, whenever you see Pandit Krsna come in to do prayers here or in other places, you will always pay attention. He always has his mat with him. So strange. Why are you walking with a mat? Boy, we have a cushion in the house for you. But then, when you learn that I am very, very particular or meticulous about what I'm sitting on or what I'm exposing myself spiritually to, then you'll understand that people don't sit any and anywhere. We see it for the Swami. When a Swami has to give a pravachan or a discourse, you have to put the kush and you have to put a piece of orange cloth where he is sitting. Senior Swamis, you have to cover the chair. You would see it with Swami Dattatreya from Swami Shivananda, Sachidananda from the Dattatreya organization. You will see it in Sai Baba's time when he was alive. The seat has that collar that makes it fit for him. But what we don't see is under the cushion has the kush, till, etc. In some cases, mustard seed. After giving him this and giving him the Janev, Ambika herself, Chandika Mata, Durga Mata comes. When you're getting the Janev, they give you a little bowl and they want you to go and beg. Humble yourself. You're gaining the second birth, you're coming, but stay humble. Durga herself came to drop coins in his bowl. Honored in this way, Aditi is informed, dear mother, I hear that now Raj Bali has become, Indra is no longer in heaven based on our last discourse. Raj Bali is very happy that he's won without a fight. Not one drop of blood was spilled. Brigu, his guru, has told him to do 100 Ashwamedha or the horse type sacrifice. Not to say sacrifice in the sense that the animal is being destroyed, to be quite clear, but the animal is being worshipped just as when you do Gaudan and you see the person putting tikka, mala, etc. in the same way. And then they release the animal. In our practice, we hold the cow, we allow the cow to walk. Likewise, when you hear a king doing this, it is a show of force and God-given authority that so far as this animal is walking, that is the boundary line for my kingdom. Do it 100 times. Do the prayer. Entertain the praschit that you will gain. Praschit is a type of karma that if I made a mistake in my previous prayer, if I made a mistake in doing my duty, harm, I insulted somebody. We have yag, but the team, it is has some crazy person go insult somebody. Boy, you only come here for the roti, but come and eat, eh? But in doing it, you say something you should not say. So when the prayers come into a close, our practice is in what we call the Gita part. We do a lot of jap, we invite the Babas, we do everything. But we're saying in case we spoiling we own prayers, all you are sorry. Genuinely, I am apologizing if I hurt you in any way. But don't let my mistake interfere with the blessings I am praying for. You do the same thing at home, you know. When you are doing your final hawan, correct me if I'm wrong, and Baba just do Gayatri job 3 times. You must stop your Baba one day and ask him, Babs, what are we doing this for again? Let me just remind you, because you know why you do your stuff. Gayatri is the most potent prayer because it is the one prayer that could change my karma. Every time I say Gayatri once, the sin of 24 hours is burnt. It is truly the form of praschit or repenting. I made a mistake. I did something. I interfered with somebody. I insulted somebody. I didn't mean to do it, but I did it. So the first thing, you have to be very honest. And between me and my God, 3 times, if at a minimum my thoughts cause sin, forgive me. My mouth cause sin, forgive me. These hands cause sin, forgive me. But I am praying with a purpose, but don't let my action block me. Prem se bolo Adi Shakti Mata ki jai. The king is doing a lot of praschit, repenting type of karma. And in that prayer, he has made statements that whatever somebody asks him for, you know this story, but for children benefit. Anybody requests, anybody says, please come give me in my begging bowl a little grain, a little gold, whatever it is, I will give it to them. I am so successful. My treasury is full. My family is healthy. I am so good that whatever I could give to make another person happy, this is his sankalp. This is what he's doing. For that reason, let me go and look and see if I could conquer him in this prayer. Many times in South India till today, people don't hate this person. This person is not. It's a very conflicting story because he does good. He's not a bad person. But what makes him bad is his lack of contentment. He still wants more. Let me just use the example of property or assets. He wants more. He wants more. Because my father, my grandfather attacked heaven, I want to do it. But did he kill? Did he harm? Did he rape? No. So in South India, people do not allow you to slander Bali. You will see Bali inside the temple. You and I do it. I don't know if you ever listen to the Baba when he's saying the prayers, when he tying the raksha on your hand. His name, Raj Bali, Bali Badav, is being called when they tying the string on your hand too. Just as how Vamana, Vishnu Baba, you tie that red string on your hand. And that gives him a certain amount of blessing. When they were tying it, it was all, it was always red at that time. When all they wear all the string in all their hand, all you know white, red and yellow? You just wait. You know white, red and yellow, what it represents? So we know, okay, the prayer is calling on this guy, Bali. Just as a little tidbit, please remember what I'm saying. The red represents the protection and the power of Brahma. The yellow represents the power of Vishnu. Please protect the person. Right hand for male, left hand for female. Based on the Samhita that guides the creation of this Raksha Sutra, that whilst you are fasting and in this way, truthfully, the prayer says, whilst I'm engaged in prayer, protect me. That this causes a little tickle because some people say, well, I could eat fresh, let me be frank, I could drink alcohol with it. But the protective prayer you put on a kangan, you understand very clear. Before Suhagan, before the honeymoon start, partner, take it off. Before you go into a different walk or way or diet in life, take it off. Why do you want to be the person like the politician, if you remember the news headline, holding the scotch in his hand like this, and the raksha is on display? That is where this trouble started. Remember in the 80s, Hindus in Trinidad at least did not know about that. That wasn't part of our practice. It came, and with it comes a little blurred line. The paragraph in the Samhita talks about the color, the location. It, for example, will not be tied on your elbow. There's a nerve here on the wrist that you're trying Just as you could imagine, I put my finger here to get my pulse. Because of the nadhi on the wrist, you're tying it there, so the energy of the prayer seeps into your circulation and permeate throughout your body. So you wouldn't hear somebody say, for example, okay, let me tie it on the finger, or the elbow, or the shoulder, for that reason. Prem se bolo Shri Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. As it so happened now, he's walking out of Aditi's house, and she's crying as a mother to see him go. In the moment, she forgets that is Mahavishnu, and she thinks that's her baby, that's her boy. Please be careful. You're going into a nest of demons. Be careful. I'm waiting right here for you by the time you come back. He doesn't say anything. He smiles, what's her, and he walks. The problem now is that when he's reaching close to the other side, let's hear what happens. Pahi, 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 Gajanana, Parvati Nanda, Gajanana, Maulai, pahi, pahi, pahi,
Gajanana, Parvati Nanda, Gajanana.
मौन्य चमिक ये लिए वृत पर ये पवित्र ये जितयातर प्रवक्ष्यामि द्विजते यारीतम द्विज द्विज बाली ये याति पाहि 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 पाहि
Nena, Parvati Nena, Gajanana.
लंबोदर है गजानना. Everybody. लंबोदर है गजानना. लंबोदर गज विचारना. लंबोदर गज विचारना. पाहि 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 गजानना. पार्वती नंदा गजानना. पार्वती नंदा गजानना. पार्वती नंदा गजानना. As he's walking up, this Vipra, this Ritvik, this Pandit type person cannot be clearly seen. The people have their yagya in the yagyashala. Bali is outside. The king is giving away anything. Anything you ask him for, he's given it. So he's engaged in meeting all the brahmanas, all the people who came to help him do the yag. The yag is now getting ready to close, and he wants to give everybody a little token of appreciation. In that joyous moment, it says that the workers of Bali says it seems as if the sun is descending on the earth coming. What is that bright light? The effluence, the radiation seems to be intense. I cannot even keep my eye fixed on it for too long. They look on the hill then, descending, coming slowly, slowly. Is this little form only having a loincloth, the kamandal? He has certain things in his little jewelry on his back, and he has his playful little umbrella. But when he reached up and they saw that it was a dwarf, a smaller person, the workers, the pundits that were guiding Bali, they started to laugh at him. Oh, this little one, sinful person, your body is not perfect. God made you in this way. Look at your limbs. And they started to ridicule the person. But Raja Bali did not see that. He saw the energy coming out from him, puts his hands together, and he says, are you that Mahadev Shiva who has the moon on his head? You look as if you are radiance itself. Please come. Gets up from where he's sitting and he puts him, this little king, this little Brahman, to sit as a king now. And he goes forward to wash the foot of this form. The people sitting there ridiculed and damaged the dwarf. Why are you washing that little foot? Don't waste the water. Don't waste that big tree. Look at how small his body is. Why bother to wash the foot of such a little person? His foot cannot even, when he's sitting on the chair, cannot reach the ground. O king, why are you wasting your effort with your big crown and high position to wash these tiny feet? How much blessing could this Vipra give you? Fancy words to mean somebody who tied the janu and is cleansing their karma. And with the prayer, they come to bless you. Remember, we talked about what a purohit is. To remind you, you touch these people's feet when they are charged. Just like how you see me every evening go to do my hawan before I come. If I want to bless somebody, I have to put it in. So when you finish say a prayer, you take the heat and put it on your body, and then you have something to share. Whereas me and normal people would take the blessing and keep it for themselves, which is fine. I who choose to be public servant. This is the life I accepted. So when the person touched the foot of their guru or the pandit, what they're trying to get is some of that accrued blessing. Dear God, bless me. Guruji, bless me, I must get through. Don't worry, boy. Study your work. You'll do it. Diksha comes from the person's touch. And the blessing flowed. In the same way, Raj Bali is smart. He says, "Oh Vipra, oh sharer of goodness and good things, tell me what I could give you, what I could do for you." He says, "Oh son of Virochan," Prahlad's son was Virochan, grandson of Prahlad, great-grandson of Hiranyakashipu. Your family is truly prayerful. Your family knows the art of prayer. When Hiranyakashipu heard that Hiranyaksh was killed by that form in the Pitya with Hanuman Baba, the one with the boar head, Varaha. Varaha is the one who kills Hiranyaksh, the bigger brother. Hiranyakashipu is so capable, he has to go and look every nook and cranny, and he couldn't find him. So he develops a hatred, an envy, a vexation with Mahavishnu. Your family is able to bring Vishnu Baba on the earth time and time again. Hiranyaksh brought Varaha. Hiranyakashipu has brought Narsingh. And Bali is whispered in his ears by Shukra, his godfather. He says, "And O king, you've brought another form here. Careful. This is an emissary. This is a worker." Imagine the person whispering in your ears. Careful. You are about to give him whatever he wants. But this is the person working for your enemy, Indra. This is the same person called Vishnu now in a different form. The same person that caused your uncle, your grandfather, well, he says father, but he means Hiranyakashipu, to be destroyed. Careful. If you give in to his ways, he will elicit from you not the gold, not the silver, not the land. He doesn't want that. He wants your soul. And you, with your goodness, will give it willingly. Careful. And the crux of this discourse really doesn't have much to do with the king and the dwarf. Raja Bali turns around and he says, "If the Lord of the universe has come to look for me, and after giving me all the gifts that I have received, if I do not keep to my word, who am I? If I cannot hold to truth and accept the reality of my circumstance, then I simply become a fool with a crown. If this is my moment, Guruji, what are you guiding me to do? Run from the inevitable death that everybody has to face? Push that aside." He says, "Leave me." He says, dear little one, great teacher, great soul, tell me what I could do for you." He says, I only come to beg you for a little piece of property. You're a great king and you have a lot. I only need 3 footsteps. Raj Bali tells him, you're correct, I have a lot. So much that I could afford to give you more than what you're asking me. Please, don't insult me, making me sound so meager and miserly that I am only going to give someone with your energy only 3 footsteps. The libel, the sin, the stain on my name wouldn't be too nice. That is all the king could give him then. I don't want that. Ask for more. And the message that comes back from the lips without a hesitation, and maybe this would resonate with me and you. He says, listen, if I do not have contentment, Raj Bali is saying this, if I do not have the ability in doing my work and still finding peace and fulfillment with what I have in that moment, that peacefulness, whether it is 3 feet of land or 3 islands of land, the person will never be contented. Time will run out on them and they'll be in a point, simple language for children. If you have a wood house and that is never enough for you, when I get my concrete house, I'll be happy. When I get my job, I'll be happy. When I get the wife, I'll be happy. When I get 2 more children, I'll be happy. Problem is you're working on a countdown clock that you cannot refer to and say, okay, I have 6 months, 5 days, and 3 hours to live. Let me catch myself. At any moment, the clock could run out. And the person is going to be left unprepared because of their lack of contentment. When we hear about your older relatives, the people who are very cruel, Veena, who had a son named Prithu, who gives the name Prithvi to Mother Earth. Veena was never satisfied, so he has a bloodthirst. He wants to fight, kill everybody. He believes that women who cannot have children take a knife and slaughter them because they are not dharmic. God made you, in that discourse, God made you with a womb. If you cannot fulfill your purpose, what is the point of you being alive? In his kingdom, these type of things ruled. And then where he had to learn the lesson was, you have to understand contentment in that discourse. And he loses. Till today, people go in Bodh Gaya, where his son, Gayasur, somebody who grows with his ways, know about prayers, but use it for control, to squeeze, to manipulate people. He used prayer in that way. And it didn't work out for them. If you try to entice me with this, it wouldn't be dharmic, and I don't want it. When I was reading there's a version of Ramayana called Yog Vashisht. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but it's basically the Ramayana of Vashisht Muni, the guru of Sri Ram. And in it, he says that mukti or moksha is guarded by different soldiers. And the soldiers, one of them is the discipline to have cleanliness or sauch, a persevering, inert, constant seeking to go from unclean to clean. When I come back from funeral, I sprinkle Gayatri water, mantras to clean, going from asouch to souch. And another tenet that gives the person access. The soldier stands aside in that pit here. When you please the soldier moves to the side so you could reach the mukti. San, from santosh, entirely san, tosh means contentment. If the person is able to activate the easiest form of these 4 soldiers that are blocking mukti, sauch, santosh, tapasya, but from the tapasya meaning self-discipline, savidya or self-study, not relying. What's the problem with relying on the guru? You blame the guru. My godfather never teach me about kush grass. My godfather to blame. My godfather this, that and the other. But he says in order for a person to take their life, to elevate, the person has to seek the knowledge. So even in the relationship with the guru, it doesn't say the guru has to come looking for you in all fairness, or seeking to teach you, run you down. The class teacher has to come home and run you down in every room in the house. Then there's a good teacher. The child has to want it. The child has to want to get that knowledge and then put themselves in the right way, right place to get the knowledge, ask the questions, etc. But of all the different gods in that Ramayana, to find what we are looking for, the person who practices contentment is the easiest person to gain mukti. At any time, if the life has to leave the body and the person is contented, the person makes peace with their God, with their life, with their circumstances, with the decisions they make and the choices that they take at that moment. They could find peace in it. Santosh, as I was writing here, is a fancy word that could cause children trouble. Many people will say, well, Babs, Pandit Fuji, that is them book, that long time thing. We know about Santosh. I know how to get up in the morning, go to work, make my money, come home. Tea and tech is, they're wicked, you know. They're looking for the money. How do you find, and you'll hear that more when Mother Earth in the Gita Mahatyam, the question is, in doing all their duty, in doing all that we have to do, how do you find time for divine or divinity or positive prayerful practice? Here's a couple. I write this really for children. Perform Seva, but do it with a joyful disposition. When the prayer is done and the Pandit say, please help me share the Panchamrit. Bid the person say, I want to share it. Bid the person saying, I want to help. You all have prayers, you have a cleanup, you have a family gathering. Could I help? How could I help? Tell me how I could help. Be open. But what you're doing, Seva. Seva starts with freely giving the energy that God gives you. The strengths that God make the plumber a plumber, the electrician a electrician. You are the computer person who know all these equipment. That's your strength. God give you the strength. Use it. But don't let money corrupt you. Whilst everybody have a bill to pay, fear. Be the type, I'll work Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday. But you see Sunday, Pandit, that day I don't want anything in payment. Be honest with yourself and balance your seva. Whilst I could do 10 jobs and collect money for it, you see the 11th one, Pandit, 11 is my lucky number. My number, that number, I always make a personal promise. On that job, I wouldn't take $1. That money, I'll do something else. I'll do it for free. Every tanti over the age of 65, she asked me for assistance with a fuse or a plug has to change. Auntie, I could do that in the form of seva. Not, well, give me anything you want. You'll get a big man at $5. That way you could do why? Then who you fooling? But if I have to find a balance, nobody says do everything for free. But in your life, find a way in your God's eyes to find that balance so that even in fulfilling your obligations, paying the mortgage, doing everything, the volunteering is still there. I take, what's the logic? I take the muscle, the bone, everything you give me, God, and I'm giving it back to the creation freely, but not for payment. For children, again, practice getting up in the morning and do a vandana or some practice of gratitude. Before you start to touch your phone, you know I'm guilty of that. You have to check to see the message. You have to see who calling. You have to see everything. Before I do it, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Personally, as a married person, and I'm saying it, one question that people is afraid to ask, I just tell them the secret. I don't care. Baba, with all respect, you're a married person. Listen good, You're a married person. And in our dharma, a husband has to be a husband. There is no rule that says give up your spouse, throw she away, live doke down with this person, and God will smile on you. You made a deal to accept this person. You have to care for this person. You have to be fair. Lakshmi is the person who says, I will marry Vishnu because he will have compassion and empathy for me. In all his job, in all that he is doing, he will not discard me, he will not forget me, he will not forsake me. In being a husband and having sexual relations, how do you balance that side of life and the spiritual side of life? And the answer comes in different places, but the answer is the same. Go from asouch to souch. Go from unclean to clean. Ladies would know it very easy. When the monthly cycle comes, based on that interaction with Indra and the sin, when Vrita's brother is destroyed, and the cycle becomes unclean, the person goes from being unclean to clean in the shower. When the water is flowing on your body, you use Gayatri. Dear God, purify me. You know it when you sit for prayer. Pandit is sprinkling his washing hand in Achman to cleanse that wherever you're coming from, the thoughts, not only physical, but also from interaction, touching negativity, people, etc. I'm now ready to do my prayer. Please clean me. Like everybody else. How? After honeymoon night, I want to go and offer dar. How to do it? In your shower. Before you go to the phone, practice the Vandana. If 3 times, fit the God in your life. Before you eat something that is not vegetarian, to be quite frank, when you're in the shower, you can't touch no electronic. Nobody's there with you. You're in that water, and that's a cleansing moment. Do 2, 3, 4, 5. My practice, my personal practice, when in my patra with my Ish Devta, everybody has a number. My number, one of it is 7. So I practice within myself. If I can't do a whole 108, this morning I'm late for prayers again, Babs, I'll make sure and do my 7 Gayatri. God bless me to be purified and clean. If I go funeral and I have to come and sit down and do this child pray, regardless to your opinion that, you know what, Pandit, you're different because you wear a string on your chest, I believe unclean is unclean. I'm not taking a chance. I'm not going to wear the same kurta in a funeral, burn a body, and then come home by you and do puja. My personal opinion, unclean is unclean. I wouldn't want somebody to go and dispose of a dead and then come sit down, let's do Hawan in that circumstance. So in Hinduism, we talk a lot about maintaining that standard. Part of your standard, make sure I'm pouring your deodorant, please bathe properly, etc. Part of it is involved in your cleansing ritual, your prayer. Fit it in. There's nothing wrong if I believe Gayatri is cleaning me inside and deodorant keeping me clean outside and the shampoo is the best shampoo in the world. You make time for, how it is called, the one where they stick out the dandruff, Nick? You can't pass that, you know. There's trouble. Head and shoulders. Practice karma yoga at your work. I have to go to job, Pandit. I can't come in your jag. I can't reach here. I'm working shift tonight. But there are people pray for a job. And when you get a job, the same thing that is paying the mortgage becomes a burden in your life. You ever realize that? You're saying everybody should be grateful and have gratitude, but in reality, if you know, I hate my boss, I hate this place, this salary is never enough, I just beg God for that job. God, send the job for me. Oh, God, I get a job. First week finished. God, I have to come back here. When you take to a job and you have to do something, think about what you're doing and not necessarily who watching you when you do it. If I do this good, my boss will watch me and I'll get a promotion. He'll be happy with me. How about you do it, maybe God watching you? And just do it good for doing good's sake. Maybe a Hindu could be transformed to be the type of worker that could do the job. Not be the type, I want the money, I want the salary, I want the bonus, I want the accolade, I want all the praise, I want the trophy when they had dinner, I want the medal, oh God, they get my medal. But when you was doing the work and the person was begging you, could you please stop taking so much a coffee break and go and do the people's job? I praise the teacher, but imagine the teacher who want to teach the people children. Consider what I'm saying. There are teachers that will teach, and I'm just picking on teachers. There are teachers that will teach the period of time I'm here in the class and I'm doing. And then you'll come across a teacher that says, you know what, find all your tail in that class during the lunchtime. You have a problem, let me fix the problem. Extra work. I don't want no money for it. I want you to get your hard head in front of that book and let me work together. Come on. When your job becomes your karma, where you have to worry about fasting and offering flowers upon the day, I live in it. I'm expressing, sweating the negative karma out. One way, Baba, these children have to have, somebody go vex if I say KFC. I have to have this and I have to have that. But in this day and age where the phone, the tablet becomes your Lord and Master, for children, it is their God. Soon, we're going to be arting too much of murti just now, you know. People will use their phone as their deuta. People will pray to get that if they are done doing it already. How about the person fast, maybe for children, to put it in their life? Parents say, listen, you see on a Thursday, I fast from chicken. I fast from alcohol. And I will taper down my amount of cigarettes should I be a smoker. How about you put down your phone on a Tuesday? Children, eh? So if they're on their phone, unless we're talking homework, you're only talking game, videos, entertainment. Could you find the time to detox yourself from this digital addiction that people have? People are drinking rum again, you know. Rum is long time thing. Thank you. One more, and then we're going. Somebody came up to me today when I was making this point. The lady asked, and I thought it was a good point. When you buy your ghee, Pandit, which ghee should I use? So I say, well, on the market today, you have plant-based ghee and you have cow ghee. And based on our discourse where the products, like how we say milk from the cow is better than milk from somewhere else because of what that kata said. The answer is the best ghee, if I'm offering the ghee to get help and spiritual upliftment, is the cow's ghee. She says, right, I know you'd say that. But in today's world, people beat the cow. And I thought that was a good point because her point was, am I taking my money and encouraging slavery for this animal that I am worshipping? Am I feeding an industry that will cause trouble? I said, that's a fair point. But if we start to think about the things we consume, then you might be mindful about something that is a little more under your control. To paint a picture for children, I'm going to have Shrad. I'm going to have a prayers, and in the prayers I want to take out the food. The person cooking your food fasting like you. Pandit, when my father passed away, we have to offer a little pepper roti. You know, he was a pepper mouth. He loved that. But the person who is making this ingredient that is going to come, Christian, please eat some when you reach. Just eat hog, dog, and maniku. Make your roti. I'm saying it for children to laugh, but you understand what I'm saying. If you don't get very mindful of the things you are consuming or using, in my example of prayer, then all we're doing is using, but you're not really thinking about the quality of what you're using. Last one. If we start to embrace an attitude, and I learned this mixing with a friend who belongs to the ISKCON movement. Everything I'm going to eat, I still say thank God for it. I don't know if you do that. One person says, well, you know, Baba, not like you, you're a vegetarian. If you have a problem praying over something, there's something wrong with that. But in the case, my opinion is, before I absorb it or take it, still say your prayers. Because in that moment, in all fairness, where we keep saying is, you could die, you could choke, something could happen. My opinion is that you would pray over anything and everything. Some people think, I will say prayers when I'm vegetarian. And when me a vegetarian, God don't see me eating the meat. God don't see me drinking the alcohol. And God don't know when I'm cheating, robbing, stealing, etc. God don't see me then. Those things kind of make we hypocritical. And as we improve slowly, don't wait for some big prayers or some big moment to come for change to happen, but instill change in incremental form until time permits you to do more. Principle of Vishnu Bhagwan Ki Jai. From here, as the two of them were talking, Guruji got vexed with Raj Bali. And he says, your mind bent on giving him whatever he wants. You're going to give away everything. I put a strap on you. You feel you're full of pride. You know more than your teacher now. All your luster, all your goodness, all that you have accrued through your prayers, I've been guiding you, and you grew so big nobody couldn't touch you. And watch how subtle he come to take it from you. And you're going to give him it. You will lose. I put a strap on you. You're going to lose all your riches, all your goodness, all your good things. This man did not get vexed with his guru. He bowed and he said, that is how it have to go. It's going. Then takes the kamandal, the tray, and washes the foot of the person he is looking at. He calls his wife Vindyavali and he says, come. And these two went down knowing that this could be Mahavishnu, the enemy of from long time, their family. And they washed the foot with grace. And they took that Charan Amrit and sprinkled it around on their heads, on their body, saying that this water that your foot provided with the dust of Gayatri, with your chanting, today has purified me. And there he asked him to tie the Raksha Sutra. When he says it's time now for your steps, take the steps. As you know, you've seen it in your movies. One takes the earth, one takes the heaven. And Lord Vishnu tells him, you made the promise that you would give me my 3 steps of land. If you break your promise, if you cannot fulfill your promise, you are a liar. And now, if you cannot keep your word, tell me where to put this 3rd foot. There's nothing left. My chest has taken this bhava, my shoulder, my this, my that. My body is so big, I am occupying everything. And Raj Bali, standing up next to the wife, looking at this form, says, what is not yours? He says, forgive me for never being contented. I thought my father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather wanted to conquer heaven. So I grew up with that influence, wanting to win, wanting to get it. But I was never settled with whatever I won. But today, I am ready to admit that this flaw of mine, this lack of contentment, is my true problem. He says, tell me where to put my 3rd foot. If you do not fulfill your word, O Bali, chapter 22, verse 3, you are going to go to Patal, the worst hell, where you will be punished. He says, dear Lord, I do not fear any displacement, any calamity that is coming from your hands. I offer myself, and the only thing that has value now is if you would be willing to accept my body. Put your 3rd foot on me. As he said it, Prahlad, who was like the father, some people grew up with their grandfather. Bali grew up under Prahlad. Remember when in the beginning how he walked around him? Prahlad comes out of the chariot with tears, watching a mountain of a man. The wife is not fighting the husband. She's not saying, Well, if he wanted dead, he dead. I don't want that. Together they stood there. And Prahalad says, Dear Lord, it is my blessing to see you descend on this earth again. And through your grace and blessing, this is the grace, this grandson of mine. Whatever good I ascertained in that time when I was young, whatever goodness I got, look, it is standing now in this Bali. This boy is the greatest joy that I've had, and you gave me this happiness. Take care of him. I return him to you. This is yours, but I thank you sincerely for giving me a child that I feel so proud of. I feel so contented. I am feeling gratitude for what you gave me. When Prahalad said it, Lord Vishnu says, when the Manvantar, or that time, the cycle of time, in the Swarani Manvantar, when a Pandit doing his Sankalp, he calls the Manvantar, the period of time we are sitting in, this child will become the Indra, the ruler of that time. Remember, Indra is not somebody's name. We sometimes think Indra is his name. But if I go to the police station and I say Sergeant, you understand that's a title, that's a role, that has a qualification. The personality who is Indra at a time changes. An uplifted soul takes up the position. When that is finished, I give him the kingdom of Sutal, that lower region where good people go when they have little sin to pay for. He will remain there and rule there so until the time when I come as Krsna. When I come as Krsna, he will become my Sevak. He will do me Seva, and then he will be afforded the opportunity to gain the true or the Sayoj type of Mukti. It have different types of liberation. Some temporary, some long-term, some never-ending. When Krishna comes on the earth, we all know the Katha, where Kans destroys, he kills, he bashes the children head on the wall. One day, coming to the latter part of the Krishna Leela, Vasudev does a yag, and he gets to hear everything. When Krishna and Balaram come, as men now, they allow the old father to feed him, and he eats, and he blesses him with all types of grace and blessing. Devaki inside is quarreling. When Krishna comes to kiss you, she moves her face. Don't come and kiss me now, Krishna. I don't want this. I am a fool. I am such a fool that you gave me the bosom of a woman, but you robbed me of the opportunity to feed one of my children. You gave me a death sentence to live in a cage and watch how my brother would allow that wall to have stains with the blood when he smashed the head of each one of the children, and you allowed me to see it and live till this age with that memory, with that scar in my mind. But you could give Vasudev anything he wants. Well, go by your father. Go, love him, reward him. Don't come by me. Ma, what happened? What is the trouble? What you want? What I could do? No, I hear your godfather, Sandapani Rishi, asks you one day after training you for 46 days and you get all the knowledge. Guruji, what is the Guru Diksha? I had to say, thank you. My dead son in Patal, go bring back my son for me. And you and your goodly brother went and bring him. You could do that, but you do it for your godfather, but your mother is nothing. My 6 children have to go, and I will never get to feed them. Ma, tell me, give me an order. Tell me right now what you want. I want to feed from my body. Now she's older. Krishna is a mature person. I want to feed from my body, my children. Balaram and Krishna descend to Sutal. They find Bali. Rajan, Bali drops to his knees that, dear God, I know one day yours coming, but I didn't know it was today. He says, go and take up your work. Bring those 6 souls for me. And he brings the souls. And if you ever see a picture where an older lady is sitting, and these 6 babies turning all over, she Krishna on the side, watching, she blessing her. From that older body, that mature body, flowed milk that day. And when she was able to give them the milk, those 6 souls regained the heavenly regions from where they came from. A different discourse, we'll do it tomorrow. Vrindavan Bihari Ki Jai. Last part now. He says, O Parikshit, when a person like yourself sits to listen to Bhagwat, Bhagwat is supposed to bring purification. It's supposed to remove the sins of the listener, the hearer. That person who has the energy, the accumulation of good karma, to be in a place, to have the hearing, to have the ability to understand the perfection in Vishnu's plan. Now, by listening to this katha of Lord Vishnu in the dwarf form, especially in the night of this Dev Shani Ekadasi, the person is able to overcome any form of mistake. When a person is greedy, when a person, and you ought to be honest with yourself, when a person is going to court to fight for 5 inches of land, when you have that plague inside your body, you have to know yourself. When you're dishonest and you are never contented, I need to make more, I need to have more, I want more. How to conquer that? Everybody tells you, don't be greedy, don't be lusty, don't be cravenous, don't be that, don't be envious, don't have that. How to do it? Guruji tells Parikshit, blessed is the person who is able to simply listen. Let the medicine seep into your ears and let the power of Lord Vishnu change your life. Any person who has the ability to listen to this particular discourse, especially on a night like tonight, on this Ekadasi, is assured that they do not have to go through pain and suffering that you yourself, being the enemy of yourself, cause. Prem se bolo Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai. Tonight, to fulfill all the singing and celebration as they would have done when Lord Vishnu is coming. Everybody walk with me, forgive me. I have Uncle, you signed this like a doctor boy. Uncle Renzi Samlal. Please come and give you a song whilst he's setting up. I have many pundits. Pandit Sunny Boy, Pandit Dev, Pandit Rajan, Pandit Lavi, Pandit Devchan and Bauj, Pandit Fuji and Mami. I respect you all, but you see the time, bear with me. I have a young lady I want to highlight this evening. Pandita Rachel, please come. This was the girl I was telling you about. She's well, I would say paramedic. I don't know if there's a proper title. Forgive me if I make a mistake. But when the person is sick, when the person has a problem, what a blessing if you could get somebody to hold your hand in your dying moment and say a prayer for you, on your behalf, or with you. Tonight, before Uncle Renzi sing a song for us, my dear, please give us your blessing before we continue with Uncle.
Prem se bolo Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki
Jai.
My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Vyasji, Pandit Keshava Ji. It's such a blessing to be here. I was very much aware of the Ekadashi today, but I am more than overwhelmed to sit tonight and be able to hear the divine words of the Shri Vamana avatar of Bhagavan Shri Vishnu and that story. And if it's one thing that I want to remind you all tonight, is that the last part of Panditji's Katha, he said, the boon that was given out of that entire story was given not only to the receptor in the story, but to each and every one of you. Tonight, you have been handpicked by Bhagavan to sit tonight and listen to this story. And when you reflect on that mercy, when we say, O Palanhar Krsna, that divine embodiment of mercy, know that that divine embodiment is within each and every one of you. Because tonight he has blessed you to be able to sit and hear the nectar that flowed from the divine avatar to this book and through the divine vessel that is known as Pandit Keshava Gosine. So tonight, there's not much that I want to say, but please join me as we do one short prayer to Bhagavan Shri Vishnu. Thank him for his mercies. And if tonight you have not learned anything, given that, take away one thing. That I may falter, Bhagavan, but never have you faltered in providing for me. And when we remember that, as devotees, as children, then divine enlightenment happens. Then change happens in your life. Then we wake up. How we say, Panditji, jago. Then we become awake. So please join me. Bow your heads, close your eyes. Let us pray to Bhagavan Shri Hari. Om Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garudvaja Mangalam Pundarikaksha Mangalaya Tanohari Om Tadeva Laganam Sudinam Tadeva Tadabalam Chandrabalam Tadeva Vidyabalam Devabalam Tadeva Lakshmi Pate Tengriyugam Smarami Om Kaushalya Supraja Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narsha Tula Kartavyam Deva Manikam Uttishta Govinda Uttishta Garuda Dvaja Uttishta Kamala Kandam Trailokyam Mangalam Guru. Everyone say with me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I believe you can do the last one by yourself.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
And as true Hindus, let us raise our hands. Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki. No. One more time. Use your hands and your voices this time. Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki. Jai Sitaram.
Jai Sitaram. Uncle, give you a nice one there, boy.
Om Yam Brahma Vedanta Vido Vedante Param Pradhanam Purushotatane Vishwagate Karan Meshwaram Tasme Namo Vina Vinashanaya. एक घड़ी यादो घड़ी आधी में पुनियाद कबीर संगत साधु की कथि कोटि अपार मरत पियासा रे मरत पियासा मरत पियासा अरे धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा जल में तार पिए नहीं मुर्ख अच्छा जल है खासा राम अच्छा जल है खासा जल में थार पिए नहीं मुर्ख अच्छा जल है खासा राम अच्छा जल है खासा अपने धर्म मरम ना जाने कर धोबिनी किया साधो पिया जल बिच मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा जिनमें धोबिया रोवे धोवे जिनमें होई उदास राम जिनमें होई उदास जिनमें धोबिया रोवे धोवे जिनमें होई उदास राम जिनमें होई उदासा अपने बांध कमर में राशि आपन घट के फासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा सच्चा साबुन ले ही मुर्ख है संतन की पासा राम है संतन की पासा सच्चा साबुन ले ही मुर्ख है संतन के पासा राम है संतन के पासा दाग पुरानी छूटत नाही डोवे भरा मासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा एक रात की जोर लगावे छोड़ दिए बरी मासा राम छोड़ दिए बरी मासा एक रात की जोर लगावे छोड़ दिए बरी मासा राम छोड़ दिए बरी मासा कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु आछत आन उपासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पिया मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा धोबिया जल बिच मरत पियासा क्या बात
Prem Sabolo Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Let's give Uncle a clap, please. Uncle, these people online, they love you, man. They like the twang. Before we conclude, let me ask Pandit Fuji to please come, Babs, and give us your blessing. We're doing this type of yag to get help. All day, Pandit Devcha and Pandit Rajan have been jarring and praying as the prayer continues. If tonight, before you leave, you would like to get a jari or some type of prayer on you because of the nature of the job we did earlier, please free to approach them. Baba, please come on, share the mic with me. You're roughing up that drum, buddy.
Principal Shri Ramachandra ki jai, Vyashi, Kirtan Mandari, Bhaktijan, Pandits, Sadhus, everyone, we will go ahead and pray. May Bhagwan Krsna help everyone, the poor, the sick, the wounded, our forefathers, our loved ones that would have passed away. Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Lopasarapanti tatraiva yatra gitarchanam griheta patrayo bhava piyada naiva vyadhi bhayam tatha Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Principal Shri Krishna Chandra Brihadi Lal ki jai, Shri Ramachandra ki jai, Jai Shri Ram.
Thank you, Baba. Everybody, as we've come to the end now, as time is gone, we will continue to hear on Sunday from our pundits. On that day, we're doing a lot of Gayatri. We'll be returning the mud. That Bhagwat is done by them. Bhagwat is finished Saturday night. That is when Parikshit, to be honest, is going to lose his life to the snake bite. To have some details in it. You'll learn some stuff. If you're here, God bless you. If you're online, Saturday morning is Gita part. Sudas Matrika, Chausat Yogani, different Devis, Puja. As we get ready to go from this way, this method, this timely giving sacrifice that many people have been doing, let's say from Monday we wouldn't be in the temple. So in case I change my time, I change my diet, dear God, let me close off my prayer properly. So we're going to do that Sunday morning. Sunday morning in a prayer like that, the person gets the ashes, the different things from the prayer that Shaligram, for example, water. For those of you that were here earlier, you did get to touch that nourishing Shaligram. Not the normal one where the stone is solid like this, but the one that has the fossil sitting in it. That when the person takes that water or they touch it, if we understand what that nourishing form, when the enemy is coming in different ways, dear God, ward it off. People who have troublesome, ailing relatives will come Sunday morning to get some of the water. In the ashram here, if you watch on top that shelf, you'll see a bowl. That bowl where the Shaligram is kept and the Lakshmi Sangh is kept. Ever so often, everybody, Mommy Baba, this person sick, this person baby, whatsoever, trouble, you get that water with that nursing Shaligram, and you, with your faith, with your prayer, you ask for help. Not for one thing, but it depends on your circumstance. Help. And the person will drink it. To be honest, me and she just put some in with coffee. I don't know what you just do. Only wait for when we have trouble, then to go to God. A good idea is to get one, or if in your temple, in your district, your godfather, keep some item and bottle in today's world, a nice bottle of milk in your fridge, bottle of water, and involve in your coffee and tea a drop of a blessed liquid. Charan Amrit means the washing of Lord Vishnu's foot. Every time I drink my tea, I have to have it. It's the sweetest thing you could get. It might help you get away from an accident or an incident. God bless you to do it. Come Sunday morning, that's what we're doing. Sunday we run in from 9. Prayers will start obviously before, and we go from 9 to 11. Sunday morning is primarily about blessing. And when we're done, well, you know how them Chirendas make all kind of different recipe, bread pakora, amtar will be coming, pasad doubles. I don't know the name, the ice cream people, different recipe, different thing, so that they don't have to get up to cook. But it is be fun. Please, everybody, make the time and come. Them children come in to play tassa, and you know what? Anybody who want to play tassa, anybody who want to take part in any way, please talk to prayer and you'll get it. Nick, I am not going to call you on the mic, but I just want to let you know, thank you for coming with your team, for all the different hats that you are wearing on behalf of Gautam from that side of life, and all the different things you're doing. God bless you. Thank you for all the help in making these projects possible. To my nurse from the blood bank, God bless you. Thank you. To my doctor from San Fernando. San Fernando General, God, imagine you make time with that schedule. You know what children nowadays they say? Not everybody like Nicholas go through the school singing for, how you used to call the competition, Sanskritic Sangam, and grow up to become CEO and all these things, but maintain the foot in the temple, in the Dharma. God bless you tonight. Thank you for this. What is the proper term for this type of singing? How? Kanjari. That was a different style, and that's why we wanted to share it with the young children. Thank you for the life. God bless you.
This is the Kanjari.
That's the country where they playing that. Everybody understand that? That instrument. We all raise it just now. You'll see it again. That. Thank you for the example. Amongst everything, these young people are looking for a little summer job and mentorship. Thank you for being the example of being the doctor, helping people in your job day to day, saving life, and still make time to sing for your God. We need more examples like that. Thank you for that. Everybody, let's all stand now as we close this evening. I apologize for the little extra time. Put your hands together. Close your eye. My advice is before we do the final mantra, you talk to your God. And just tell him in your own words, me I know them fancy mantra that Pandit saying, but I know inside of me I have trouble. And I'm grateful, God, that you thought it was necessary that this sinner could hear your story. And I believe in your power, and I ask you sincerely for help. Whether it is physical pain, stress, a hard-headed child or grandchild, a sick child, please shine your grace. Please take away trouble. Help me. If things going good, help me to keep good. You know, we come to prayers. The truth is, do we really pray? God, help me to improve in the little ways. Some ideas we came up with tonight. Bless me to pray when I'm eating. Bless me to pray when I'm bathing. Bless me to pray when I'm driving. In different ways. Give me the idea when I could do it. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam
Grahinayojitam bayam
Deepam Jehana Trailokya Timirapaham. Let him mind. Let him one of your mind. Let him mind. No, leave your father one. Leave your father one. Get up. Come on. Leave daddy that. We have more mind. Don't worry. Let's all chant our arti supported by these capable singers. Together, everybody. Jai Jai Bhagavat
भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से
Everybody together.
जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचवेर निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचवेर निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही जग की मंगल की आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत साको कुमिताने वाला हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला है सुख करनी है दुख करनी है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी ये सुंदर की आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती ये मधुर बोल जग पंत कोर सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला ये मधुर बोल जग पंत कोर सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही प्रभु की महिमा की आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती पापियों को पाप से है तारती पापियों को पाप से है तारती
Together, everybody. Twamev Chapita Twamev Bandhuscha Twamev Vidya त्वमेव सर्वं
मम देव देवा
त्वमेव सर्वं
मम देव देवा
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो महापति महादेव की
जय
पवन पुत्र हनुमान की
जय
श्री आदि शक्ति माता की
जय
वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की
जय
सत्य सनातन धर्म की
जय
जय जय सीताराम।